Good evening, friends. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, and we are bringing this another new series on our page, and it's called Shah's Big Fat Truth. Let me explain you why we chose that title. America is getting obese, and we will talk about it. Whole world is getting obese, actually. And we are going to talk about how to lose weight in a healthy way. We're going to talk science-based, we're going to talk evidence-based, and we're going to talk the truth. We're going to talk about fat because when we gain weight, it's not the muscle we gain, it's typically the fat we gain. And we not only we gain fat, we gain big fat. So we're going to talk about Shah's Big Fat Truth. This is going to be a regular show, a talk show on our Facebook page on a live. We'll be doing it 3 times a week. I'll be doing it along with my wife, Shah. So let's start that tonight. Please join. Please join on Zoom. Please join on Facebook. If you have any comments or questions, please write your comments and questions, and we'll be taking a live question. So let's start with the slides. Here's Jayshree. So again, Shah's Big Fat Truth, and please follow along on the slides. Thank you.
So obesity is a big problem in America and all over the world. So 42% of Americans are obese, 80% of Americans are overweight, and 92% of America has a BMI over 22, and 2% of Americans have a BMI of 22. So really, definitely, we need to really work on this anyway. So we have a big problem of really this obesity in America.
So again, like Jayshree said, obesity is 42% of Americans. That's a very alarming number. When I came to America in 1985, obesity was less than 20%, and now it has more than doubled. And there are some predictions that by 2030, 50% of Americans will be obese, 50%. My personal prediction is that it will be 2025 or 2027 when 50% of Americans will be obese. If you look at the overweight, where the body mass index is 25 or above, it's about 80% of Americans. We all should know our body mass index. You can actually calculate the body mass index by online calculator. I want all of you to calculate your body mass index. Body mass index of 25 or above is overweight. But in my opinion, the healthiest BMI, healthiest body mass index actually is 22. If you look at the blue zones, if you look at the long living people, if you look at the centenarians where people live 100 or more, their body mass index typically is 22. And if we take the body mass index of 22, then 92% of Americans are actually have unhealthy BMI, which is about 22. And only 2% of Americans have healthy BMI of 22, because out of the 8% who are at 22 BMI, 6% are 22 BMI because either they are smoker, or they have cancer, or they have depression, or they are anorexic, or they are starving. So again, if you look at Americans, only 2% of Americans have healthy body mass index of 22. So this is a busy slide. I'm going to quickly read through it so you understand why we are talking about losing weight in a healthy way. And these are the complications of obesity or overweight. Let's start with the lungs. If you have a obesity or overweight, you will have an abnormal lung function. You will have a sleep apnea, which many of you know, many of you possibly even have it. It also can cause a lot of liver disease, including fatty liver disease, and even it can cause cirrhosis. And matter of fact, now the #1 reason for liver transplant is actually fatty liver and obesity-related cirrhosis. It can also cause gallbladder disease. Many women, actually obese women, have had the gallbladder out because obesity predisposes you to having a significant gallstones and gallbladder disease. Obesity also can cause abnormal menstrual cycles. It can cause even infertility. It's also associated with polycystic ovarian disease. Obviously, when a person is obese or overweight, it can put a lot of strain on joints. It can cause osteoarthritis, and a lot of the knee replacements happen because of obesity. Matter of fact, there is data that if a person loses 15% of weight, many of the knee replacements can be avoided. It also can cause a lot of skin issue. It can also cause gout, which is another joint disorder. It can also cause venous disease where veins are not working properly. Obesity is one of the biggest reason for having a lot of different cancers. Many women are worried about breast cancer, but let me tell you an important statistic, important fact. Obese women or overweight women have a lot more higher chance of breast cancer. It can also cause uterine cancer. It can cause cervical cancer. It can cause colon cancer, esophagus cancer, pancreatic cancer, kidney cancer, and prostate cancer. So definitely, if you want to prevent cancer, have an ideal BMI of 22 or below. Obviously, everybody knows that obesity and overweight can cause coronary heart disease, which is the heart blockage. Obviously, it can cause diabetes. One of the biggest reasons for type 2 diabetes is obesity. It can cause high cholesterol, and it definitely can cause high blood pressure. Many people are not aware that even cataracts is more common in people who are obese or overweight. Also, strokes can happen because of overweight and obesity. So again, there are lots of complications. This is just a small slide, but there are many more complications of obesity and being overweight. And that's the reason we are giving this regular 3 times a week seminar to make sure everybody gets to the healthy body mass index of 22 or below. We're going to work together. We're going to show these slides on a regular basis. We're going to give you a lot of different tips, and we're going to definitely help you to lose weight and get to the body mass index of 22.
So why we want to lose weight? I think we should answer that question for ourselves. And so purpose of losing weight, and you really can put it on your phone, that purpose, write it down, or you can hang it on the refrigerator, wherever you can see. Look at every hour that purpose, so we can stay on the track, about our goal. Sometimes people have reason they want to lose weight to look good, to become healthy. So they have an event coming up, whatever the reasons are, for yourself. And really, you can lose from 1 to 3 pounds per week, but any loss is good. And you guys can ask questions on Zoom, on Facebook, whatever your questions are. So,
So again, like Jeshu said, knowing and having a purpose why you want to lose weight is very important. As we all know, whenever we start any new project, if you know why you are doing the project, there will be higher chance of success. So like Jeshu said, know your reason for weight loss. For me, it could be health. For you, it could be fitting in a wedding dress. For someone else, could be attending a high school reunion. For someone else, it could be preventing and reversing diabetes. For someone, it could be reversing heart disease. So definitely know your reason, your purpose, and have that reason always in front of your eyes. I actually have on my phone my reasons for losing weight and maintaining ideal body weight. You can keep it on your phone and look at it every few hours, or you can even write on a big bold letters on a paper and put it on a refrigerator or put it in your bathroom mirror. So every day you can see it. Ideally, you should see it a few times a day. The important thing also, one should know that when we when we're going to go through our program, you are going to lose weight. I can guarantee you, I can assure you, I can pretty much tell you, you will lose weight. The speed of your weight loss could be slightly different. If a person is 300 pounds, that person will lose 2 to 3 pounds per week on our program. Some people will lose less, but any loss is good. Any loss, any weight loss in the right direction is good. This program will be, like I said, 3 times a week. This program is live, so you can ask questions on Facebook. You can ask questions on Zoom, and we will be answering all the questions both live and in person.
you can subscribe our YouTube channel. So you can see all the videos for the cooking and for the other things. And really, if you have a family member with you to lose the weight, so you can have a support, for that, and you can have accountability. Sometimes when you are working with the partner, I think we can talk to each other, for the support, and we can discuss when we are falling off the wagon, so we can talk it out loud. So, sometimes you can really discuss with your family why you need to get healthy. uh, Maybe other partner don't need to lose weight, or but that's okay, they can get healthier, because this is a lifestyle change. This is not really only weight loss, it's a lifestyle change. You are going to become healthier, you are going to become happier. So, and really at least commit for 6 weeks so you can see the result.
I think, like Jesse said, committing 6 weeks is very important. Most of our habits, most of our new lifestyle takes about 66 days to form. So I definitely want you to commit minimum 6 weeks, which is obviously 42 days. Once you get committed to 6 weeks, new habits will start to form. And if you continue for 66 days, what we are going to show you, what we're going to teach you, this will become a new lifestyle. And once you make a new lifestyle, you will never be on diet. Many diets are, in my opinion, fad diets that come and go, like Atkins diet and Zone diet and Southeast diet. Many of those diets have come and gone. But if you change the whole lifestyle, if you become a healthy eater, if you start having all the 6 pillars of healthy lifestyle, you will not need to worry about these fad diets. Also, like Jayshree said, if you discuss with your family why you are doing this thing and take the family on board, maybe your spouse, maybe your partner also needs to lose weight, and have a game plan together. Whenever you have support, like you said, just you said, whenever you have accountability, there are higher chance of success. Many members in your family may not need to lose weight. Maybe you have young kids who do not need to lose weight, but at the same time, eating healthy, even for lean people, is very important. I've seen as a cardiologist many lean patients whose body mass index is 22, still having high cholesterol, still having heart attack, still having issues. So again, healthy eating applies to every person, including lean people. So have your family members on board, have a buddy, have a friend who also wants to do the same thing. Also, this video from tonight will be on YouTube soon in few hours, so you can watch it again and again. We also have other videos on YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. There are a lot of different videos on healthy eating, exercise, sleep. So please watch those videos.
So, you should eat at least 1200 calories per day. Do not go below 1200 because it's not healthy and it's not sustainable. So, do not go below 1200 calories. You can go above a little bit, but you cannot go below. And we recommend whole food plant-based diet with no oil. Try your best not to use oil, or use minimum possible if you really cannot absolutely get rid of the oil. In all the processed food, you should really get rid of it or put it away. The reason is your environment has to be clean. See, sometimes we all lose control, right? When we really get tempted at night sometimes, or during the day when we are tired and worn out. So if there is a processed food in the pantry or in the refrigerator, we are going to really tempted to eat it. So the temptation to get rid of, really, if our environment is clean, then we won't eat it. If we don't have it, we are not going to go shopping to get it. So really, I urge you to throw everything away, or at least put it away out of your sight, all those processed food, and throw all oil away, or you really can use minimum. No dairy, because dairy even really is very, very hard to get rid of. We have done it and we had a hard time too, because we were, at least especially I'm addicted to Indian tea with milk. So I had a hard time in the beginning, but then really I found the non-dairy milk, whole food plant-based milk. So I found like soya milk. I buy from Whole Food brand unsweetened soya milk, and which is almost similar to really milk. I make my Indian tea out of that, and I'm very, very happy with it. So we have quit on dairy completely. You can do little by little, or you can quit completely. If you can do it right away, that'll be great. And no or minimum animal products. I think if you don't eat it, that will be the best. But if you need to eat it, then use like 10% of the all the calories as animal product.
So again, like Jayshree said, I think it's very important that we don't starve ourselves. When we lower the calories below 1200, that's almost going in a starvation mode. And that's when you start to lose muscle. That's when actually your basic metabolic rate starts to go down. And actually it becomes that you don't burn that much calories. So don't go below 1200 calories. So minimum 1200 calories. And again, losing weight is not a sprint, it's a marathon. We need to lose weight very slowly. We don't have to lose weight in like 1 month. Even if it takes 6 months, even if it takes 1 year, that's okay. Like Chef AJ, one of our favorite whole food plant-based chef and vegan, it took her 27 months to lose 50 pounds. So she was losing about 2 pounds, 2 pounds a month. So you don't have nobody has to rush to lose weight. You can actually lose anywhere from half a pound to 1 pound to 2 pounds per week. That means if you create a deficit of 500 calories, you will lose per day, you will lose about 1 pound per week. If you are burning total about 1700 calories, and if you eat 1200 calories, that's a 500 calorie deficit. So again, message is don't eat less than 1200 calories. Second important thing, the food I want you to eat is a whole food plant-based. Whole food plant-based, we will cover what it means, but definitely that means the food which comes out of nature, mostly a plant-based food. Definitely avoiding oil is very important. Oil actually is not only very processed, but oil has one of the highest calorie density. And we will talk about what calorie density means. It means essentially how many calories per pound. How many calories per pound? Oil has 4,000 calories per pound. 4,000 calories per pound. That's more than red meat. That's more than chicken. That's more than sugar. That's more than grain. That's more than anything. And to give you some example, green vegetables. If you eat green vegetables, it's only 100 calories per pound. So imagine green vegetables with 100 calories per pound versus oil 4,000 calories per pound, almost 40 times more calories in oil per pound. So definitely, if you want to lose weight, get rid of oil. As Indians, we used to use a lot of oil in our cooking. A lot of families still do. A lot of Indians people in India still do. But we can have all the food made without oil. At our house, oil is gone. We actually use now vegetable broth for all our cooking, or we just use water-based cooking. We will talk about air fryer, we'll talk about Instapot, but essentially, if you want to get one message, clear message, particularly if you are Indian, no oil, please, no oil. So throw away all oil from the house. The next important thing is no dairy. Dairy obviously has many issues. Recently, there was a study done where drinking glass or two of milk in women increased their breast cancer risk by almost 25%. Dairy also has shown to cause prostate cancer. Dairy also has shown to cause many issues. So definitely avoid dairy as much as possible. And particularly people who love cheese. Cheese is one of the most calorie dense food. Cheese has a lot of salt. Cheese has a lot of saturated fat. So avoid cheese for sure and avoid dairy for sure. You can easily transition into non-dairy milk if you like the milk and if you like the drinking of milk. And that could be soy milk, almond milk, or any other plant-based milk. We use soy milk unsweetened at our house, and I don't see any difference in dairy and unsweetened soy milk when I have my Indian tea. Also, in terms of animal products, the red meat, the chicken, the fish, the turkey, all those things definitely have issues. Processed meat actually is a class 1 carcinogen. Processed meat causes more cancers. When I was in medical school in India, I did not see as many cancer cases as I see in America. America is a fertile ground for many cancers. So animal products should be avoided. At the same time, I must say that blue zones, which are the zones where people live 100 and longer, and people are happy and healthy, they are not vegan. So I'm not asking you to be vegan. I'm asking you to cut down on your animal products. Zero animal products is best, but you don't have to have zero animal products. At least have 90% calories from whole food plant based. Blue zone people, they do have small meat once or twice a month. They have almost like a condiment, almost like a small piece. They at times have a small dairy in the diet. But blue zones people, the major diet come from whole food plant based. Like for example, Okinawa. Okinawa's significant amount of calories come from sweet potato. And that's what we use at our house also. We have significant amount of sweet potatoes. We eat sweet potatoes actually 3, 4 times a week. So again, no or minimum animal products. There was a question on Facebook. Let me answer that. That the question was healthy BMI is 18 to 24. Why I'm choosing 22? The answer is that when we looked at the body mass index and the people who live long, live healthy, people who are centenarians, people who are in blue zone, their body mass index is actually 22. So even the 25 body mass index is considered quote unquote healthy in America, that's not healthy enough. I think healthiest BMI is 22. So again, in Asians, the body mass index actually could be 19 to 20. So for example, for Indians like myself, my wife, our body mass index would be actually 19 to 21. And but for most Americans, for most white and African Americans, I highly recommend body mass index of 22. If you want to live 100, if you want to live healthy, if you want to live happy, body mass index of 22.
So I think we should eat lots of non-starchy vegetables, minimum 2 pounds. So a lot of green vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, um, etc. Anyway, so we can eat raw or we can cook, like with a vegetable broth, or we can put it in air fryer. Um, so we can cook it that way. So really, you are eating raw vegetables 2 pounds and cooked vegetables 2 pounds. So that's a lot of vegetables anyway. And another thing, we are really, this is a starch-based diet. So we want you to eat starch because you have to keep yourself full. So we eat a lot of potatoes. Potatoes are really good for you. Potatoes are not bad. It depends upon how you cook. I think we all are brainwashed, so potatoes is a lot of starch, but this is a good starch and it's very healthy. And you can eat sweet potatoes. We eat potatoes and sweet potatoes both. So sweet potatoes you can really cook in the like air fryer. Even potatoes you can cook in the air fryer. It's really it depends upon how you cook your potatoes and your sweet potatoes. And another thing, we eat a lot of brown rice and black rice because brown rice and black rice is really good for you. There are a lot of phytochemicals and there is a lot of antioxidant in black rice. So I use both rice and I use really a lot of starchy vegetables. So I think it's okay to eat those vegetables. And really, if you can eat vegetable for breakfast, that will be the best because you can air fry or you can really saute or whatever the way you want to eat. But if you can include the breakfast, if you can include vegetables in your breakfast, I think it will help you a lot to lose weight. And really, I think you don't need to weigh food. You don't need to count calories really in the reality because all these food are so healthy and so good for you. But if you want to weigh, it's okay too. Some people like to weigh their food. So you can get your kitchen scale. We don't weigh our food. We just literally just eat it. So you can put in the containers and weigh your vegetables if you need to.
Well, like Jayshree said, I think eating vegetables is the key thing to weight loss. If you want to get another important message out of tonight's live, and that's to eat vegetables, particularly non-starchy vegetables. Like I explained, non-starchy vegetables, the green vegetables, have caloric density of 100 calories per pound. So we eat as human. Most of us eat between 3 to 5 pounds per day. 3 to 5 pounds per day. So if you eat low calorie food, and if we eat 3 to 5 pounds, we will not be overeating. Plus, vegetables have lots of fiber, and fiber gives you satiety, fiber gives you fullness, so you will not be overeating. So my rule is if you really, really want to lose weight, if you really want to lose 2 to 3 pounds per week, have a method where you will be eating 2 pounds of non-starchy vegetables raw and 2 pounds of non-starchy vegetable cooked. You can do that by either having measure scale and put them in a container so you know at the end of the day that you finish those 4 pounds of cooked and raw vegetables. I keep quoting Chef AJ. When Chef AJ lost that 50 pounds, she was eating 5 to 7 pounds of raw and cooked green vegetables per day. And she is the one who taught me and taught us that you should start your day in the morning for breakfast with vegetables. So if you want to lose weight, have vegetable in your breakfast. Also, having a starchy vegetable is very important. Starchy vegetables, for example, potatoes, has about 500 to 700 calories per pound. Obviously, if you eat only green vegetables, you will not have total calories per day, which will be about 1500 to 2000 or 1200 if you want to go down. So that way you will need some starchy vegetable. We will talk about the grains also, but definitely have this starchy vegetables and non-starchy vegetables. And again, if you believe that you're not going to be able to eat lots of starchy vegetables, just have containers where you put 2 pounds of each and 1 pound of starchy vegetable and finish it before you go to sleep. The good way to know is that if you are having a daily large bowel movement, that means you are eating enough vegetables. If you don't have a daily large bowel movement, you are not eating enough vegetables. Eat more vegetables.
So, we should eat minimum 2 cup of beans or lentils. And I think if you can eat 3 cups of lentils or beans, that'll be the best too. That will be really very, very good. So, 2 cup of beans minimum, and then beans are really good for you. It will keep you full for a long time. It will help you to lose weight. There is a lot of fiber in the beans, and it's really good for the body. Another thing, if you can avoid the flours, that will be the best. But sometimes, if you avoid breads, that will be the best too, and tortillas. But if you need to use flour, I use millet, I use sorghum, I use like brown rice flour. Those are my three favorite flours. And fourth one is I use chickpea flour. So really, there are so many healthy flours. So I keep in my pantry healthy flours. So whenever I want to make anything, and sometimes you feel like to eat something like that, you want to make bread or you want to make something, you can use those flours. And so you use healthy flours if you need to use. So, and another thing, you really, I think some people like oats in the morning and they don't want to eat vegetables. I understand that. So I really think oat groats are the best oats, and which you can buy from Amazon. I did not find regular stores. So I got mine from Amazon. Oat groats are a first version of the oats, so which is coming from the ground. There is no process. It's not processed at all, and it's very healthy for you. I put on my YouTube video one oat groat recipes, and I will try to create more. So really, oat groats are very good. And if you don't have oat groats, you can use steel cut oats. That's a second version of the oats, and which is good too, but which is a little bit processed. So, and the third version is raw oats, which is a more processed oats. But I think I would prefer oat groats if you really can buy it, or if you can buy it from Amazon. I think that will be the best thing to eat. So another thing, you should have at least 3 servings of fruits, because fruit has a phytochemicals and fruit has a lot of antioxidant. And I really like to use my fruits in my salads because I don't want to use any dressing. And this is the way I sweeten my salad, kind of. So you can eat in a salad, or you can eat it as a dessert, or whatever the way you want to eat. And I think we are recommending not to eat nuts because nuts has a lot of fat. And right now, when we are on this journey for the weight loss, we want to cut down on our fat. I know nuts has good fat, but it's okay to skip nuts for time being. And really, for omega-3, you can use 1 tablespoon of flax seeds because you need your omega-3. I understand. So flax seeds is a good way. Then really, what I do, I just put little water in the flax seed. So I dilute it. I just drink it. So, and really, when you're eating, just be 80% full because you don't want to eat all the way. So you want to keep a little bit empty stomach.
So let me answer two questions from Facebook before I say things about this slide. One question was, how about intermittent fasting? We are going to talk about intermittent fasting, but to answer, I agree intermittent fasting is very, very beneficial. That means eating within 8 to 12-hour window. So if you don't eat 12 hours per day, that would be perfect. Ideally, it should be 16 hours of no eating window. And it should be the lightest dinner or very, very, almost no dinner, have the heaviest breakfast and lunch, and have very light dinner. So I agree, intermittent fasting is very, very beneficial. We all should be doing it and have the lightest dinner and create the window of 12 to 16 hours. And the second question was, if we eat 800 calories, are there any benefits in terms of beta cells of pancreas? Yes, there are some data that if you eat 500 calories to 800 calories few times a week, there are data, and if you do it for 5 days, every 2 to 3 months, there is some beta cell regeneration. There is a PhD, Walter Longo from California. He has this fasting mimicking diet, he calls it, which actually is called Perlon diet, which he sells it at a significant high price. And that diet actually also is about 500 to 800 calories, and you do it 5 days every few months. And that diet, it's called fasting mimicking diet, has shown some data in terms of regenerating beta cells in pancreas, which makes insulin. Most of the data is in mice. Human data is still coming out. So I agree, if you can eat 500 to 800 calories, and actually I have read about fasting mimicking diet, I will create a small video on fasting mimicking diet because I think that fasting mimicking diet from Walter Longo costs about $300. To be honest with you, you can make exactly same diet at home for less than $30. So I will show you how to make the fasting mimicking diet at home. And there was another question about fibroids and soy. Soy actually is good for all estrogen-related disease and estrogen-related cancers. Matter of fact, soy has been wrongfully blamed to be causing some of the estrogen issues. Soy never caused that. I actually advise all the women, particularly young women, if they want to prevent breast cancer, have regular soy intake. Obviously, less processed soy, better for you. So have soy intake. If you look at the Japanese people, where soy is one of the main staple diet, they have very low chance of breast cancer. So again, soy is definitely yes. We have soy milk every day in our tea, and we drink soy milk. So let's talk about this slice. Again, 2 cups of beans are very important. Beans are actually called prebiotic because the bacteria in our colon, they actually really thrive on beans and lentils and legumes. So 2 cups of beans is very important. I was just talking to Brenda Davis, one of the great registered dietitian. She actually takes beans, lentils, and legumes 3 times a day. She even has the beans and legumes in her breakfast. So if you really want to be healthy, have beans, legumes, and lentils 3 times a day. Blue zone people, for example, Okinawa and many of the people, lentils and legumes are the main staple. So if you want to live healthy, if you want to live long, then definitely beans are very important. Grain should be avoided. Flour is one of the processed grain, so flour should be avoided as much as possible. Actually, if you follow Chef AJ's ultimate weight loss program, in the beginning phase, in the early phase, he does not allow any flour. Flour is very addictive. Flour is very processed. particularly if you have a white flour. So avoid all type of white flour if possible. If you absolutely have to use the flour, use certain other flours which does not have gluten in it. So definitely no bread, no white bread for sure, and no white tortilla. Many of the tortillas have actually a lot of oil in it. So if you want to prevent and completely eliminate oil, look at the tortilla ingredients and see if there is any oil or not. There are a lot of tortilla which are without oil, so try to buy the tortilla without oil. If you want to have a healthy grain in the morning, like Jayshree said, oat groats are very, very, very healthy. Oat groats have one of the lowest glycemic index. It's totally unprocessed and very, very healthy. If you are trying to lose weight, do not have too much fruits. Fruits have about 500 calories per pound. So if you want to avoid lots of calories, have only 3 servings of fruits. Fruits have, like Jayshree said, a lot of the benefits, a lot of the health benefits. So we cannot eliminate the fruits to lose weight. Fruits on a daily intake is very important. For example, berries, very important for brain health. Uh, Grapes gives you resveratrol, which is also very important for inflammation, for longevity. So fruits are very, very important. We all should be eating minimum 3 servings of fruits. And if you're trying to lose weight, only 3 servings of fruits. Like Jeffrey said, nuts are very, very calorie dense food. Nuts actually have about 3,000 calories per pound. Many of us have experienced that when we start eating nuts, we cannot stop at 1 ounce. 1 ounce is the recommendation, but most of us end up eating a whole bag of nuts. Many of us have experienced that when we stop at the gas station, we go inside, get a pack of nuts, and finish those nuts while we are driving 15 to 30 minutes. And that one bag of nuts, cashews, peanuts, almonds have 800 calories per small bag. So again, if you are trying to lose weight, avoid nuts as much as possible. Once you get to the ideal body weight, healthy body weight, which is the body mass index of 22, you can reintroduce 1 ounce of nuts, but definitely no more than that. If you are worried about not getting enough omega-3, you can have 1 to 2 tablespoons of flax seeds. But let me tell you, if you are not eating any vegetable oils, you are not taking that much omega-6, and your need for omega-3 is also low because it's the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which is very important. If you're not taking any omega-6 because of you're not taking any vegetable oil, you can get away by taking less omega-3. And if you're really worried about it, like Chef AJ says, you can actually do fatty acid analysis, essential fatty acid analysis, which is a simple lab. It's very cost effective, anywhere from $50 to $70. And you can actually exactly know how much omega-6 and omega-3 you have in your blood. And that way you know whether you need to take omega-3 supplements or you need to take more flax seeds or not. The next important message is that never ever stuff yourself with lots of food. Most of us have gone through experience where we ate, and we regretted that we are almost ready to vomit. We ate so much. In Japan, there's a term for it. It's called hara, harabachibu, which is actually eating only 80% full. We should not be getting more than 80% of our stomach full. So again, these are some of the important concepts.
So really, I think I want to add one thing in that slide. I think you can do your own sprouts. So in beans, you can really sprout the mug sprout, or you can do other sprouting. So you can include a little bit sprouts in your beans. And I will do the video about how to sprout the beans and other things. So anyway, and then you can use spices to cook. I use a lot of spices in my cooking, so you don't miss oil and it tastes good. Taste is very important when you are eating food anyway. So no fruit smoothies because fruits are high in calories and we are limiting fruits right now. But you can make green smoothies. They are really, really very, very tasty. I make green smoothies and I will do Facebook Live for that too. Anyway, I put ginger in my green smoothies. I put basil. I put lemon. I put tomatoes. I put different herbs in my smoothie, and really it tastes amazing. You don't miss it. And even you can add some black pepper if you want. You know what I mean? You can make it tasty smoothie and you can drink it. I think the ideal thing is to eat salad, but if you really want smoothie and if you want to make a green smoothie, go ahead and put all these greens and put herbs, and it will be really very, very tasty, wonderful smoothie. And you can drink it slowly because it goes into your system very, very fast. It absorbs very fast. And really, no protein powders because we learn protein powders are very processed. So don't use it. I think we are eating a lot of beans and a lot of different things. So we have enough protein. So we really don't need to eat like a high amount of proteins anyway. So no liquid calories. You can really drink soups. Soups are very heart healthy and very good for you. And now winter is coming, fall is coming. So soups are very important anyway. So and soups are healthy anyway. So and really, I think you can eat your meal on the dining table. You can set up your table and eat it, and you chew a little longer. Don't eat while you're watching TV because then really we are eating more calories and we don't know how much we ate and we are not mindful when we are eating the meal. We want to be mindful. Mindful eating is very, very critical. Then we eat less food, then we are enjoying the flavors more. And you can eat only three meals nicely. And really, you don't need snack in between. So try to avoid snacks if you can. So go ahead.
So again, like Jayashree said, I think using spices is very important. If you want to avoid any kind of salt, which we'll talk about, because salt is a very big appetite stimulant, and obviously salt is not good for you. It can cause high blood pressure. It can cause many other issues. So using spices to make your food flavorful is very important. Also, like Jayashree said, if you use spices, you will not need the fat or the oil in the diet to make it more palatable and more tasty. Definitely avoid fruit smoothies. And if you drink any green smoothies, drink it slowly because we don't want to have that sugar spike even from green smoothies very quickly. So the way I do it is that I take my green smoothie when I commute my 1 hour, and I actually take 1 full hour to finish a small to medium glass or cup of a green smoothie. I don't drink my green smoothie in 5 to 10 minutes. It takes me 1 full hour to drink my green smoothies. Protein powders are also not recommended for weight loss. We actually eat a lot more protein in America than we really need. We get enough protein if we get enough calories. If we eat 1,200 to 2,000 calories per day, let me assure you, we will be getting anywhere from 50 to 80 grams of protein, and that's all we need. Whenever our personal trainer comes, first thing he asks me, did you get enough protein? Let me tell you, we all get enough protein. So don't worry about getting enough protein. You will be getting enough protein as long as you eat adequate calories. So definitely no protein powders. Also, there is enough data that if you drink your calories, it doesn't give you the same satiety if you eat that calorie. So again, instead of making green smoothie, I want you to eat the salad. Salad will be more filling. Salad will be more satiating. So definitely, best thing is salad. But if you cannot eat salad, if you are on the run, then you can have a green smoothie. Also, like Jeshi said, sit down and eat the food on a dining table. Sit down with the family, have a nice conversation. Don't look at the phone. Don't look at the iPad. Don't watch TV while you are eating, because then you will be eating without any mindless feeling, and then you will be actually eating a lot more without even your knowledge. Also, try to chew the food longer. When we chew the food, obviously there are a lot of health benefits, but it also makes you more mindful. And if you really want to lose weight, try to have only 3 meals and not have in between snacks. And like I said earlier, try to have very light dinner and have the heavy breakfast and lunch.
So how to clean out the pantry? I am going to do video on my pantry soon. So I'll show you my pantry. I love my pantry, and the way I have organized my pantry, I have everything in clear containers. I have a wide variety of beans. I have wide variety of lentils. I have wide variety of spices. I love spices. So I have all kind of spices in clear jars. I have used a lot of mason jars and I have collected over the years bigger jars too from the hospital. So I basically in my pantry there are lentils, there are beans, there are a lot of spices. There is some canned food. I have some different beans like garbanzo and black bean, etc. I have some really in cans. I have some tomatoes. I have some tomato sauce, tomato paste. Sometimes we do eat lentil pasta. So I have a like a red lentil pasta. Then I have chickpea pasta. But I will share my pantry video soon so you can see how I'm organizing my pantry. There is some, I have some vinaigrette. I have some amla powder. I have some flaxseed. So some different things. And I have some healthy flours to cook with sometimes, you know. So really, my pantry is pretty much that's all I have. But I will do the video and I'll share with you.
Yeah, like Jesse said, cleaning out pantry is very, very important. If you want to start the weight loss program with us, please, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. We all have enough time as long as you're not working on Sunday. Go to your pantry and clean out. That means all those cereals, the breakfast cereals need to be gone. Breakfast cereals are one of the most processed food, most sugary food. You don't need it, your kids don't need it. So get rid of those breakfast cereals. Definitely get rid of those cookies and crackers and cheese crackers and all those granola bars and all those things which obviously are very processed. At least look at every item in your pantry. If anything has a label on it with calories and protein and fat things written on it, that probably doesn't belong in your pantry. Your pantry should be all whole food, plant-based. That means healthy beans, healthy grains, healthy flours, like Jayshree said, flax seeds, some of the certain pasta, even though pastas are processed in a way because they're made in the factory. But if you have a lentil or a chickpea pasta, that would be fine. I mean, ideally we should avoid that, but that would be fine if you have a taste for pasta. So again, definitely clean out your pantry. We will show you our pantry pictures and video, but obviously I want you to go to your own pantry and clean it out tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Sunday. We should get it done tomorrow. There was a question about chickpea flour. Yes, we have a chickpea flour, and you can actually make a great tortilla, great bread, great roti out of chickpea flour, which is much more healthier than a white flour.
So avocado, I know no avocado because avocado has a lot of fat and which is very, very high in calories. And we are on the journey of losing weight. So for time being, no avocado, no chips, cake, cookies, and pizza because really it's very addicting. When we start eating the chips, we don't stop with 5 chips. Let's be real. We don't stop with really one piece of pizza. You know what I mean? So I think it's better to really get rid of it completely right now. So we already talk about bean lentil pasta and chickpea pasta, which is okay to eat. And I put lots of vegetables in that and I cook that way anyway. Avoid gluten as much as possible because you're using other flours if you need to use, you know. And really, I think make a list before you go to bed today or tomorrow morning. How really make a list of things what you're going to do daily for weight loss, and you can check it off end of the day. How many did you do and how many you did not do? That's okay. You know what I mean? You can check it off. So you know your journey. You are really your own observer, and you can watch yourself. You know what you did and what you did not, and next day you can improve more. So
I think, again, like this, she said, avocado packs a lot of calories. Avocado, I think, almost has about 800 or 1,000 calories per pound. Even though it's a vegetable, it's a fruit, it has 800 to 1,000 calories per pound. So it's almost like a pound with calorie of a grain. So avocado almost has the same calories as grain per pound. So avoid avocado as much as possible, even though I know avocado has a lot of good fat. The most common addictive food and most common calorie dense food in America are chips, cake, cookies, and pizza. Those are the top 4 food in America where the reason people are obese. So if you want to lose weight, get rid of those four things from your refrigerator, from your pantry. Like I said, bean and lentil and chickpea pastas are okay. Gluten also is very addictive. Gluten also has a lot of health issues. And I'm not saying gluten should be avoided. Some gluten is fine unless you have a celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, but avoid gluten as much as possible because there are so many other options for non-gluten flours also. Also, I think this making a list daily is very important. When we make a list and when we check it off, it actually stimulates dopamine in our brain, and we all need dopamine to feel good. We all need dopamine to have some pleasure hormone. And instead of reaching out to cookie or cake or slice of pizza to increase our dopamine, why not to increase our dopamine in a healthy way? And one of the trick which increases the dopamine is when you check off the to-do list that really makes you feel good. We all have experience. I personally have experienced that when I made a list of 10 things, and the minute I finished all 10 things, suddenly I felt so good. And I want to feel good that way, which is a healthy way, instead of eating unhealthy food and raising the dopamine. So always make to-do lists, not just in terms of to do for the weight loss, but also in terms of to do with your job, with your family responsibility, with as a parent, whatever to-do list you make, grocery shopping, any other to-do list, make everyday to-do list and check it off as you go. And that will give you a healthy dose of dopamine. Also, other way you can raise your dopamine is by exercise, by volunteering, by doing puzzles, by doing many brain activities, by having a meaningful conversation. All those things can also increase the dopamine. So learn to increase dopamine in a healthy way. Most of us, not now for us, but most of us used to increase our dopamine by unhealthy food, by reaching high calorie dense food, by drinking alcohol, by having coffee, by having many other unhealthy habits. You don't have to do that. You can actually increase your dopamine in a very, very healthy way. So do those healthy way dopamine rising tricks, and you definitely will be not reaching out to food to increase your dopamine.
So you can use non-dairy yogurt in small amount to get your probiotics. We use, almond yogurt. You can use soya yogurt. You can make your yogurt in instant pot. And definitely no popcorn because there are too many calories and really you can eat so fast. The popcorn, is really is not good for you anyway. And there are like 1800 calories per pound. That's a lot of calories. No watching negative news because really when you are watching all this negativity in the news, it increases our stress sometimes. It doesn't make us feel good. So I try to avoid negative, toxic people. Sometimes some people bring you down. Some people really criticize you, condemn you, so you should know which people are going to motivate you and which people are negative for you. So try to avoid those people so you don't get stressed out, and then you can stay on this journey, nicely. And really, stress management, you can do meditation, you can work out, you can do a lot of things for stress management. But definitely, if you need counseling, you can really sign up for counseling too. In case, it's okay. Don't be shy or don't be, hesitant to go, because I think stress management is very, very critical for this journey, because our cortisol can go higher and then we can start eating. When we are stressed, we eat more. So watch out your stress level, definitely.
So, like Jashi said, we all need to eat some non-dairy yogurt because we all need probiotics. Probiotics are the bacteria which actually resides in our colon and has a lot of benefits, including making certain chemicals like small chain fatty acids. So we all need a small dose of bacteria every day. So definitely have a non-dairy yogurt. You can also create your own probiotic food like kombucha or sauerkraut, many other food which you can actually make it with probiotic. You can also take probiotic supplements too. I have a separate video on probiotic and on fiber. So watch that video. Somebody asked a question that how about the air pop popcorn? Jayshree already covered it. The popcorn has about 1,800 calories per pound. It's almost as much calorie as sugar, which many people are surprised that the popcorn considered many times healthy actually has as much calorie per pound as sugar. So if you are trying to lose weight, avoid popcorn. And like Jeshi said, nobody eats a small cup of popcorn. We end up eating a whole bag of popcorn. And definitely know those buttery popcorn, know those oily popcorn like we get at a movie theater. Also, maintaining a healthy mind, maintaining a healthy emotions is very important. Right now, on all the TV channels, there are significant negative news happening all the time. There's always a thunderstorm. There's always a hurricane. There's always a snowstorm. There's always an accident. There's always a famine. There's always a war. There's always a negative news. Obviously, it's important to keep up to date on news, but nobody needs to watch 2 3 hours of negative news. I get my news by CNN app in about 3 to 5 minutes a day. I quickly scroll through the news. And if I want to read the details, I read that detailed news. But typically, I don't spend more than 10 minutes per day on reading the news on an app. Obviously, you can have Fox app or CNN app, any or MSNBC app, any news channel you like. They all have app now, both for iPhone and Android. Just download the app and get your news from an app instead of watching mindlessly on TV. Also, avoid negative people. We all have experienced there are certain people who actually drag us down, increase our stress, and then we actually come home and eat mindlessly because we are all emotionally deranged. That happens at work, that happens in the family, that happens with friends. Get rid of them as much as possible. Obviously, there are certain people you cannot get rid of them, particularly if they are at work or if they are in the family, but avoid them as much as possible. Sometimes if the stress is too much, nothing wrong talking to your primary care physician, talking to your physician, getting some counseling, seeing a psychologist. Because if you're trying to lose weight and if you are stressed 24/7, let me tell you, it will be extremely, extremely difficult to lose weight if you are stressed all the time. So get rid of stress or manage your stress as well as you can. And there are various ways of doing it. You can exercise regularly. You can sleep 7 to 8 hours. You can meditate. You can do a lot of other things, but have the stress management the best way you can.
I think you should really make a list of your trigger foods and you should remove from your house because, when we are stressed out or when we want something, again, we are coming to the environment. Your environment has to be very, very clean. So when that trigger happens, you don't go and find that food. See, if your environment is clean, then you don't have to control yourself because you don't have it. You are not going to go shopping at night for that particular food you want to eat if you don't have in the house. Like my trigger was ice cream. I don't have ice cream in my house, and I am not keeping it for years now, really. So like no ice cream, and whatever trigger foods is in your list. I think I have marked dry fruits has a lot of calories. It's a kind of a calorie density again. So do not really eat dry fruits, eat real fruits. And suppose, sometimes we want to make sweet or something for birthdays or for some celebration or some event or some guest. I use dates in my cooking and I make sweets out of dates or out of date syrup. So really you can use some dates to create some recipes for the sweets, in case if you have to cook for some event or for birthday or something anyway. And no food from gas station, definitely not, because wherever we go, we see unhealthy foods are everywhere. And so please don't buy those foods. And no butter in the house, I think no dairy. I think you are not going to miss the butter eventually. And if you really have to use for some taste, you can use chia seeds. You can use maybe, like sunflower seeds or something, you know what I mean, for time being. until you really get used to about no butter in the house. So unsweetened soya milk is good. I really love it, and we are using in our house. We already told you that. So I think, and you can find your own plant-based milk, what you like, but buy only unsweetened. Do not buy like vanilla or chocolate or because they have a lot of sugar inside. So buy only unsweetened milks.
There was a question on Facebook that are fruits okay? Yes, fruits are good actually. Like I said earlier, fruits are very, very important in our diet. We should definitely have 3 to 5 servings of fruit. If you are trying to lose weight, probably limit your fruits to 3 servings and eat the fruits which are low caloric dense, like berries and apples, and try to avoid high caloric dense fruits like bananas. So again, fruits are very important. Have 3 to 5 servings, 3 servings if you are trying to lose weight. Also, like Jeshi said, avoid the trigger foods in the house. We all have trigger foods. Make your list and never have that in the house. Ice cream is a many time trigger for many people. I've seen many of my friends, including myself, my family members. A bowl of ice cream at night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, is a very common habit in America. Have no ice cream in the house. When you look at the dry fruits, they have calorie density almost 1,000 to 1,500 calories per pound. So it's best to eat fruits. If you have a sweet tooth, it's okay. We all have that. Just have a fresh fruits in the evening if you like to have a dessert or something after your dinner. So have regular fruit, but don't have any dry fruits. Dry fruits, obviously, the water is removed, so that way it becomes very calorie dense. Also, avoid dates because dates are also very high calorie dense. But if you want to make any sweet dessert, and if you need to use some, dates are better than using sugar. Also, avoid all sugar substitutes because sugar substitutes also can affect microbiome. It can also cause pre-diabetes, diabetes. So definitely avoid Splenda, avoid stevia, even avoid that monk fruit sweetener also. Best thing is to avoid sugar and all sugar substitutes. Definitely, I've seen a lot of people eating food at gas station. I've seen a lot of people stopping for the gas, going inside, having a slice of pizza. I've never seen that ever before when I came to this country. This is something new for last 20, 25 years. 35 years back in 85, 86, when I came to this country, gas station only sold gas. Now the gas station sells Slurpee, pizza, cookies, candies, everything. That needs to be stopped. At least you can stop with yourself. Also, when you go to any store, including even the pharmacy, it should be the healthiest place. Pharmacy means health. Even in the pharmacy at the checkout station, there are cookies and candies. So while you're picking up your diabetes medicine, actually you are picking up a cookies and candies at the checkout station. Even when I go to Best Buy, which is an electronic store, a lot of people go there to buy their phone, to buy their computer, to buy their TV. On the way out, they pick up cookies and candies because even Best Buy has cookies and candies at their checkout station. All that thing should be in your control and avoid as much as possible. Just walk away and walk out of the store ASAP when your job is done. Also, no butter in the house, no ghee in the house. Indian cooking, Indian food in India particularly, lot of ghee. Both of them have a lot of saturated fat, lot of calorie dense food, and that should be avoided as much as possible. All the saturated fat will cause heart disease, heart blockage, strokes, leg blockage, and that should be avoided. Like we talked about dairy, avoid the dairy as much as possible and have an unsweetened soy milk as much as possible.
No chocolate in the house. I think because it's addictive and really you will lose control over your eating. So don't keep chocolate in the house. Work 30 to 40 hours. So we all go to work and I think so anyway, 30 to 40 hours of working and you can use salt-free seasoning or you can use low salt, by more than 50% less sodium. Apple cider we are using like before the meal, so can do that, and you can really do balsamic vinegar like if you are cooking salad, you can just really If you don't want to put anything else, so you can put vinegar or you can put lemon and some fruits. I don't use any dressing, so I use vinegar sometimes in my salad or lemon. No negative emotions. I think sometimes we all go through ups and downs, and really write down your negative emotions and replace with the positive ones. Try your best to change the gears in your brain, because sometimes we all have to change gears, because when we are going towards negative mode, just try to change it by doing three positive things and three positive thoughts, so you don't go that route in no negative emotions. I think no phone time 1 hour per day. So don't look at your phone at least for 1 hour. Don't do anything with your phone. Maybe you can do meditation, do other activity. And and Fitbit really helps to count the steps. And then we can see really how many steps we did, because sometimes we say, oh, I already walk 1 hour, I walk half an hour, whatever. But there were no 10,000 steps. And I think minimum requirement is 10,000 steps. So definitely Fitbit helps a lot.
So again, like Jayashree said, we all have trigger food. Chocolate is a trigger food for me actually. So we don't have any chocolate in our house. If you are trying to lose weight, definitely avoid chocolate. Sometimes people say dark chocolate is good for you. Dark chocolate is healthy for you. I understand that. But when you're trying to lose weight, no chocolate is the best policy. So, if you like it, have some cacao powder, but definitely not have any chocolates. Also, I think when you're trying to lose weight, working too many hours, obviously some of us have no options. As a physician, I work more than 50, 60 hours. But if you can afford it, if your finances allows it, try to work no more than 40 hours, and even cut to 30 hours if you can, and spend that time planning your meals, spend that time exercising, spend that time sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. So again, working 40 hours is okay, but if that can be reduced to 30, that would help you to have success in a weight loss. Like I said, many of us can't afford that. Some people have to work two jobs. I understand that. But if you can, work 30 to 40 hours. Also, have salt-free seasoning. Like I said, taste is very important when it comes down to eating. We all love the taste of salt, but salt is an appetite stimulant. Salt actually makes you eat more. So avoid salt. And that's where the salt-free seasoning comes very handy. Jayshree, my wife, has a big container of all the salt-free seasoning, and we use it pretty much for all meals. Having apple cider vinegar with each meal also has shown some data in terms of weight loss, in terms of controlling your sugar, very important. Also, balsamic vinegar is also another option you can use as a dressing on your salads. Chef AJ highly recommends using balsamic vinegar on the salads. Also, like covered before, emotional eating is a major issue for almost all of us. And that's where I think we should try to have positive emotions as much as possible. I have a separate video on happiness on our YouTube channel. Please do that video, but definitely we must be happy if you want to lose weight. Unhappy people, let me tell you, will not be able to lose weight. So get your emotions in order, avoid all negative emotions, and like Jayashree said, have ratio of 3 to 1 for positive to negative emotions. The reason I want to cover this thing and not talk about nutrition only and eating only and vegetables and fruits only, because let me tell you, emotions are very important when it comes down to healthy eating and weight loss. If you are not managing your stress well, you will not be able to lose weight. So manage your stress well. Another important thing is that try to have no screen time, at least 1 hour per day. So when you come back from the work in the evening, maybe you have 1 hour where you are just sitting and relaxing on a couch, maybe reading a book, but put your phone away. Obviously, if you are in a job where you cannot put your phone away, I understand that. But try to have at least 1 hour of phone away if you can. Just put it on an airplane mode so it doesn't ring, doesn't send you a notification, doesn't send you a text. Turn your Wi-Fi off and just have that 1 hour of time yourself. The next important thing is having a Fitbit type device. Fitbit, I have a Fitbit for 3 years. My wife has it, our daughter has it, our son has it. Everybody should have a Fitbit type device. Fortunately, Fitbit now can be bought for only $69. That's a worth the investment. It can give you your steps. Like Jashi said, having a minimum 10,000 steps is very important. It can also monitor how is your sleep, how many hours of sleep you got, what kind of quality sleep you have, RAM sleep, deep sleep, light sleep. So again, Fitbit type device is very important. If you are in serious business of losing weight, please consider buying a Fitbit type device.
Okay, so how to clean out a refrigerator? I think really all the processed food you should throw away. All the condiments which has sugar and oil, it should be gone. So really, to me, refrigerator cleaning is very, very critical to have healthy foods inside the refrigerator. My refrigerator, I will do refrigerator and pantry video soon to show you how my refrigerator looks like and how my freezer looks like anyway. So basically in my refrigerator, I have lots of grains, lots of starchy vegetables and lots of fruits and basically soya milk, almond milk, and I have some condiments, for the all the sauces. And I always read labels before I buy anything. So which is no oil and no sugar. So those are the things in my refrigerator pretty much, and that's all I have really. So and sometimes we buy sprouted bread. So we have a sprouted bread once in a while. So, and sometimes we keep that bread in the freezer. So really those things are in my refrigerator. So anything is very, very processed, please let it go because you are on this health journey. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be healthy. We want you to really do very, very well on this journey for 6 weeks or more even. So maybe I think try to clean out the refrigerator tomorrow if you can. Tomorrow is Sunday.
So again, like Jesse has been telling us that environment is very important. Many of us, we all actually have, when it comes down to willpower, our willpower can sometimes go down, depending upon this not, sleepless night, work, stress work, many other factors. Our willpower can fluctuate, but environment can be very fixed. An environment can be very stable. And that's where we want you to create that environment in your house. Start with pantry cleaning, go to refrigerator and start with the refrigerator cleaning. For example, get rid of all dairy, get rid of cheese, get rid of milk, get rid of pizza crust, get rid of any processed food you have, get rid of that cookie dough. Go to your refrigerator tomorrow and have only healthy things. We will show you our refrigerator hopefully tomorrow or Monday and show you our pantry. But again, go to your refrigerator and clean it out tomorrow. Create an environment which will not fail you because your willpower can fail you, but your environment will never fail you. There's actually a whole book written. It says that willpower is not the way. So willpower, don't rely on your willpower. Rely on your environment.
So you should exercise, 60 minutes total. You really don't need to work out more than 1 hour because you really 1 hour is plenty to work out. So 30 minutes cardio is pretty good, and 20-minute weight training is sufficient. And you can do 10-minute yoga or stretches, whatever. Stretching helps, for flexibility. And really you can move every hour, whenever you like, if you're working in a sitting position, just go and get a glass of water or go to bathroom, whatever, you know what I mean? So move every 1 hour if you can. And really you can sleep 8 hours. And I think we keep our light dim at night. So really melatonin can kick in for going to bed. You can really get the orange glasses from Amazon. We ordered from Amazon, so you can wear those in the evening if you have a sleeping problems. You know what I mean. So those things, orange glasses and keeping the dim light will help you. go to bed in time and getting good sleep. I think we want you to drink 1 gallon of water every day. I think a gallon of water will keep you full. A gallon of water is not a lot really because you are drinking in like 16 hours. So you're drinking like 1.5 glasses every hour, so drink 1 glass every hour. That's what really we come out of it. And you can order 1 gallon jug from Amazon. That's what we have done. You can meditate 20 minutes twice a day. At least do once a day. If your time doesn't allow, I think usually like before you go to bed, you can meditate. That will give you good sleep, and really that will help you even for next morning. So meditation really helps you, and you can do in the morning. You can observe your breath when you are working, even really focus on breath. Really helps you a million because it makes you calm down. It keeps your stress level in control. It doesn't the overwhelming feeling goes away when you're focusing on breath, even for a minute, really, when you're working. I'm not talking about few minutes, just only a minute or two when you're walking or when you're driving. And really, I think I know daily weight is very, very critical. There is a data shown if you really weigh yourself every day, you lose more weight. I know it's a kind of overdoing, but it really works. So you know what path are you going, how you ate the day before, and you can weigh yourself first thing in the morning, after going to the bathroom. And really, you can measure your waist. All our organs are around our waist, around our so really, if you can measure your waist every week, it should go down because we should have some kind of parameters to watch our success. So really, by weighing ourselves and by weighing our waist, I think we can see our success, every week, and I think we can start feeling even better and we can stick to our journey.
So again, exercise is not required for weight loss if you follow our program, but if you exercise, the weight loss will be quicker and much more joy, much more fun. Exercise is like a supplement to the what you eat. Exercise cannot replace a unhealthy food. So if you are not eating healthy, exercise will not make you lose weight. So don't count on exercise to lose weight. Count on exercise to supplement a healthy eating, whole food, plant-based, no oil eating. When you exercise, do 30 minutes of cardio, 20 to 30 minutes of weight training, and 10 minutes of stretches. Also, moving every hour is very important. People who move every hour has a much higher chance of preventing visceral fat or abdominal obesity and having a love handles. Definitely sleep 8 hours if you are trying to lose weight. No binging on those Netflix, no watching late night movies, no watching late night news. Sleep 8 hours. And most of our sleep should happen before midnight. There's enough data. The people who sleep 3 to 4 hours before midnight actually have better sleep than after midnight. So try to go to sleep 9:30 or 10 o'clock and wake up at 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30. Obviously, some of us who are on calls have those difficulties, but try to sleep 8 hours. I have a separate video, which is about 20 minutes long on how to improve your sleep. And that's on our YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Please watch that video if you want to improve your sleep. If you are not sleeping well, let me tell you, you will not be able to lose weight. People who sleep 5 hours, not only they are overweight and obese, they have higher chance of diabetes, they have higher chance of cancer, they actually die early also. So maintain sleep 8 hours and watch my video on healthy living on sleep, healthy living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Also drink plenty of water. Many of us think that we are hungry, but in reality, we are actually thirsty. So if you are feeling hungry, just have a glass of water, see if your hunger goes away because maybe you were thirsty. We have a rule of drinking 1 gallon of water. I know that's a lot more than general recommendations. General recommendation is 64 ounce of water, but drinking 1 gallon of water will keep you full. Also drink 1 glass every hour. And if you are not going for bathroom for urination every hour, you're not drinking enough water. Obviously, some of these things are very strict, very regimented. Do the best you can. Also, like I've been explaining you, that emotional health is very important when it comes down to healthy weight loss. Having meditation 20 minutes once or twice a day will keep your mind stable, will lower your stress, and you will not have those stress eating or emotional eating. Also, another technique which I have learned and I do it all the time is just simply observing your breath. Just sit down quietly with eyes open or eyes closed and just observe the air moving through your nostril in a slow way, and see if you can just focus on that breath, that air moving through your nostril. And that will, I can assure you, that will calm you down, that will make your mind cool. Also, doing daily weight is very important. As soon as you wake up in the morning, as soon as your bowel movement, without any clothes, in your bathroom, on a stable surface, hopefully on the tile, not on a carpet, have your scale and get your weight done. I also want you to write down that weight either in your phone on a table, or just write it down, or have a notebook in your bathroom and write down daily weight. So you will see the trend, how your weight is going. Plus, seeing that weight going down week after week is a great dopamine booster, and that will also make you feel good. So definitely write down your daily weight either on an app or on a phone or in a notebook in your bathroom. Also, other way you can follow your success is by doing weekly waist measurement. As we exercise, as we lift weights, as we gain muscle, sometimes we will not be losing weight as fast as we want because we are gaining muscle. Muscle weigh more than actually fat. So, but when you gain muscle, when you're losing fat, your waist will start going down. Your clothes will start fitting better. So there are better ways of knowing whether you are having success with a fat loss is more than the scale. And one of them is your weekly waist measurement. You can also do your body fat analysis. A lot of stores do it, a lot of health clubs do it, a lot of doctors' offices do it. We have a small device, arm-around device, which can actually measure your body fat. So you have that body fat assessment done as you start losing the weight. So just don't rely only on the scale, rely also on other things to know that you are having success.
Eating at home, I cannot emphasize enough because eating at home is very, very critical for your health. Because the reason is what you are putting in, you will exactly know what you are putting in your food. Because when you are buying food from outside, you have no control what they put in because there will be a lot of salt or there will be some fat. So really, to me, I think cooking yourself or your family member cooks for you is very, very critical. You will save money, you will save your health. I think there are tons of benefits for cooking at home. I really cannot emphasize enough about cooking at home is very, very critical. No alcohol, because alcohol makes you eat more calories and really it's not good for you. You can drink some coffee in the morning. I think I want you to stop drinking coffee by 12 because you don't want to drink caffeine. And if you have to drink, just drink no caffeine coffee. And you can drink green tea with no caffeine, really, if you really have a need to drink something hot. No soda, no diet soda, no artificial sweetener, no stevia. We already told you before anyway. So literally, you just drink water. Water is the best drink, and water is so satisfying, and water is so good for you. It gives you a lot of benefits. So I think we already said drink 1 glass of water, and you can drink your glass of water before the meal, so you can get a little bit full. Of course, no juices because juices has a lot of sugar. Even if you make fresh juice, still is a lot of sugar, really. And of course, no cereals because cereals are not good for you. And really, I think if you can eat within 8 hour window if you want to do that, you can do that.
So again, like Jashi said, eating a restaurant is very, very unhealthy. There is some actually data that some of the people are losing weight during this COVID-19 time because because as people are eating more and more at home, they're eating actually healthier. So we already have seen the benefits over the last 6 months of eating at home. At restaurants, they put a lot of oil, they put a lot of sugar, there's a lot of processed food, and they make the palatable food by adding unhealthy ingredients. Also, restaurant portion size is very large. We all have seen that every plate we order is full of tons of calories. Plus, many times at the restaurant, we have alcohol with the food, and we sometimes eat mindlessly. So, eat as much at home as you can. I prefer actually having at least 19 to 20 meals at home out of 21 meals in a week, which are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you go out, eat once or twice a week, I can understand some social time is very important, but at least have 19 meals at home. And even when you go to restaurant, be very mindful. Order low calorie dense food. Have a salad before you have your main meal. Ask for no oil or less oil items. If you like, pizza, ask for no cheese pizza if you can. Obviously, pizza is very processed flour, so avoid that as much as possible. At the same time, I can understand doing overnight healthy change may be hard for people. Some people enjoy eating out. That's okay, but be as mindful as you can. Also, avoid alcohol as much as possible. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram, more than carbohydrate, more than protein, almost like fat. Fat has a 9 calories per gram. So avoid alcohol. Like Jeshi said, when we drink alcohol, sometimes we eat mindlessly. We eat very unhealthy calorie. It increases our appetite, and alcohol is definitely not good for your health. Also, having a lot of coffee is not also good for you. Coffee actually disturbs your sleep. Coffee actually sometimes can be a appetite stimulant also. So if you like your coffee, try to have 1 to 2 cups before noon if you can. Green tea without caffeine is okay. Actually, sipping green tea without caffeine can increase your metabolic rate, and I actually allow green tea if you are trying to lose weight. Definitely avoid soda and diet soda, both of them. A lot of empty calories, a lot of sugar. Even diet soda, which does not have any calories, also has shown that it can cause obesity and difficult to lose weight. Diet soda can also affect your microbiome, which are the good bacteria in the colon. So definitely no diet soda either. Also avoid artificial sweeteners, including Splenda, including stevia, including monk fruit. All the artificial sweeteners should be avoided. Also, if you can preload your meal, preload concept is very important. So try to drink 1 glass of water half an hour before your meal. That will lower your number of calories you will eat during the meal. Also, have a preloading with a large salad or even a fruit, even an apple before your dinner, apple before your lunch will make you eat less calories during your main meal. So definitely learn to preload your meals. Avoid juice by all means. Juice are as bad as soda. Juice are as bad as any liquid calorie. So avoid juice as much as possible. Also avoid all the energy drinks like Gatorade. They also have very high sugar. And unless you are an athlete, unless you are running a marathon, half marathon, unless you're doing those ultra marathons, please do not reach out for those energy drinks. Also, like I said earlier, get rid of all the cereals, all the sugary cereals from your pantry. Cereals is one of the most processed food. Nobody should be starting that day in the morning with breakfast cereals. Have, like Jeshi said, have those oats, have the fruits, have the vegetables for your breakfast. We also cover intermittent fasting. Try to eat within 8 to 12 hours and have window of no eating 12 to 16 hours if you can per day. There are a lot of benefits of intermittent eating, intermittent fasting, and try to do that intermittent fasting as much as possible.
I think we all love to go to parties and we all go to people's houses to eat and we call people at home too. So I think one of my friend, Moshmi, I asked her a long, long time back. And that was the question I was asking her one time anyway. And she was saying, really, eat at home and then go. And I really agree with her completely. Eat your food at home or take the food from home. I know it might not look good, But really, if your host loves you and if your host respects your wishes, they will allow you. Probably you can pack salad or you can eat really whole dinner before you go to the party. So you can just carry your plate probably and pretend you are eating, or you can just drink water. Because all these gatherings, really, the more social you are, the more weight gain happens. I have seen it because most of the people, so there are a lot of unhealthy food really in reality because people don't have a knowledge or people just want to please other people at the parties to show really like, oh, this food, they will enjoy it. So they go out of their way to prepare the meals, but they are not healthy, and they are not really going to help you to lose weight. And you can tell people, I'm on this journey and I'm on this healthy journey. I'm trying to become healthy. I'm trying to become lose weight. So they will respect your wishes really. So, and when you invite people at home, probably you can cook healthy. I try my best to cook healthy as much as I can because it's very important for my guests to enjoy the food, you know. And you can tell your host, really, I'm on this health journey. If you can cook healthy, that will be greatly appreciated, you know. So I think be honest to yourself and be honest to others because this is your body, this is one life to live, you know, and this is our health. We don't want to ruin our health. So really, it's very, very important because parties are awesome. Getting together is awesome. Socializing is very, very important even for us and for others, you know. So we cannot really kind of cut it out, the socialization. We just have to be mindful and we have to plan properly in a proper manner so we don't get affected so much, you know. So we don't gain weight and at least, you know. So really, and you can do 1 or 2 days water fasting if you can, or you can do intermittent fasting really. So per week. And you should monitor your blood sugar because you are in whole food plant-based diet. And so really your sugar is going to change. Like if you're on medication, you might have to reduce your medication. So you have to stay in touch with your doctor because they might have to reduce your medication and you don't want to get fainted or anything like that. So you want to make sure you watch your sugar, you watch your blood pressure medication because you are on such a healthy journey. So your blood pressure will go down or your sugar is going to get changed. So we want to make sure you really keep in touch with your doctor and you can share with your doctor this is the diet you are doing. So again, I think we already touched base pantry and refrigerator cleanup. We already talked about that, and I will do the video ASAP anyway. Go ahead.
So again, I feel like they should cover the party eating very well. I think whenever there is an invitation to party, number one, know what kind of food typically are served at the host, particularly if you know the host. If you are going to a wedding ceremony, if you're going to any other social ceremony, then try to know what kind of food will be served. If you don't know the food, then like Jayeshi said, try to eat a healthy meal at home and then go to party, and most likely you will eat less unhealthy food. You may not be able to avoid 100%, but you will definitely eat less because you're not hungry. Don't go to party hungry and then start eating that unhealthy food. Also, when you go to party, like Jayeshi said, it's your health and it matters. Tell your host that you're trying to be healthy. Even you can make up even things. There's nothing wrong in all make up thing that you have uncontrolled sugar or you have a high cholesterol, you have high triglyceride, or your doctor has told you not to eat certain food, or your diabetes. What are the reasons you can make up? You can even say that I'm fasting tomorrow for my blood draw and I cannot eat tonight because my doctor has asked me to fast for 12 or 14 hours. You can even say that you're having colonoscopy in the morning and you are trying to avoid the food. So make any kind of thing which will make you help to prevent that unhealthy eating. Also very important, offer your host that you can bring a healthy dish from home. Many parties, many hosts actually prefer and request that a lot of people bring food like potluck parties. So always offer a host that you will be bringing a healthy dish. That way, at least you will have that food to eat when you take your own healthy food. Other thing is you can do is water only fast. I lost my 50 pounds by eating my by not having any food every other day. I was only having water every other day almost for 3 to 4 months. Obviously, not everybody can do it, but if you can do water only fast 1 to 2 days per week, I actually have a patient, a great friend now. She has done water only fast every other day, 2, 3 times a week, and she has now lost 33 pounds like in 2 or 3 months. So definitely water only fast if you can do it. There's actually a place in California, which we'll talk about it. It's called True North by Dr. Alan Goldhammer. He actually has a inpatient where you actually can go and stay. It's almost like a mini hotel where you can do water only fast for 1 week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. A lot of people have jump start in their healthy weight loss, jump start in their taste buds, and so water only fast is definitely one option. Also, like Jayashree said, monitor your blood sugar, monitor your blood pressure, because as you start losing weight in a healthy way, all those things will start coming down, and you may need to cut your medications. Again, I keep emphasizing environment is very important. Clean out your pantry, clean out your refrigerator.
You can watch some educational videos. You can watch half an hour Chef AJ daily. You really, I think no salt and sugar is the best. But if you have to use salt, then use minimum salt possible and absolutely no sugar. And really, the ball movement should happen every single day. I think it is must. And I think if you're eating all these vegetables and all these legumes and beans and sprouts, you are not going to have any problems with big ball movement anyway. So in stress management, we already talked about that. And you can really buy air fryer, Vitamix, and Instapot if you can afford it, because those three I use a lot in my cooking, and really it helps me a million. See, if you don't eat out, you are saving a lot of money, or you can cut down on other expenses and save some money and buy really those Vitamix or any other high speed blender, and it will help you a million.
So again, like Jayashree said, educating yourself is very important. I'm glad you are watching this live with us, and you will be watching on YouTube because this video will be on YouTube soon. But educating yourself is very, very important. The one source I highly recommend is Chef AJ's videos, both on YouTube, and she also has a daily live now. She, I think, in my opinion, single-handedly is trying to change the whole America and whole world. I have very, very high respect for her. Actually, she has become my number one go-to source. Again, Chef AJ. Watch Chef AJ every day for half an hour. You can do it while you are walking, while you are exercising, while you are cooking, while you are commuting, while you are driving. But watch Chef AJ half an hour every day and maybe 1 to 2 hours on the weekend. Let me tell you one thing. If you want to lose weight seriously, educate yourself. And you cannot get better education than from Chef AJ. She also has, I think she has written 2 books. Her third book is coming out soon too. If you are interested in reading, definitely buy her books. I have read all her books. I watch her videos every day. I will try to summarize a lot of her information in our lives. We'll be doing this live 3 times a week. So I'll be adding new information as we go. If you don't want to watch Chef AJ, if you don't want to read books, definitely watch our videos. But if you want to go to the source where I learned from, definitely watch Chef AJ. Like Jesse said, avoid salt and sugar. I call it SOS. So no SOS, no salt, no oil, no sugar. If you look at some of the healthy retreats or healthy resorts where you go and get healthier and lose weight, they don't serve any salt, oil, or sugar. No SOS. Also, it's very important that we measure how much fiber we are getting every day. If we are not getting one big bowel movement, preferably in the morning, we are not getting enough fiber. that means we need to eat more vegetables. Like I said earlier, we should be eating 2 pounds of raw vegetables, 2 pounds of green, again, 2 pounds of raw green vegetables, 2 pounds of cooked green vegetables, 1 pound of starchy vegetables, obviously cooked. And that, if you do that, you definitely will have one daily bowel movement. Constipation is a $1 billion industry in America. We need to be prevented. People who are constipated gets many disease, including diverticulosis, even some data that it can cause colon cancer, colonic polyps. So again, very important. You have a regular bowel movement. We cover stress management very well. If you want to lose weight seriously, have have a low stress or no stress. And there are various ways of managing stress, but learn how to manage stress. Also, having certain equipment, certain gadgets in your kitchen is very important. You can even buy air fryer now in a very cost-effective way. We will show you our air fryer maybe tomorrow or Monday, but definitely consider investing into getting an air fryer. Air fryer is a device where you can cook many vegetables actually in a very, very healthy way without any oil. Also consider having some kind of a blender. Vitamix obviously makes the most durable and most powerful blenders, but you can have any brand. Vitamix obviously is one of the expensive one, but you can have any blender in your house to make your green smoothies, to blend many other things, and just definitely have a blender. Also consider investing into Instapot. Instapot is our go-to thing for our house. We cook so many things in Instapot. Uh, you can actually buy Instapot now for anywhere from $49 to $69. You know, the Black Friday is coming up, Thanksgiving sale will be coming up, Christmas sale will be coming up. Definitely consider into Instapot. Let me tell you, health is very, very important. Being sick is very expensive. Bypass surgery costs 65 to $100,000. Knee replacement costs $30,000. All those things happens because of what we eat. Instead of spending money for doctor's office, instead of spending money for those expensive procedures, instead of spending expensive money for expensive diabetes medications, try to spend money in a smart way for this healthy gadgets and healthy equipment. So again, consider buying those things as soon as your finance can allow it.
Grocery shopping, I think you can really do it on Sunday if you are working full time. And really, I think planning your meals are very, very critical. I cannot emphasize enough about planning. Uh, when I go to grocery shopping, pretty much I buy fruits and vegetables. My majority in the cart is fruits and vegetables. So, really planning your meals and going grocery shopping on Sunday, chopping everything on Sunday, even really if you have kids and if you are so busy after work, you can cook all your meals on Sunday. You can plan, uh, chop, and even prepare all meals on Sunday. You can label like a Monday, there is a Monday box, there is a Tuesday box. So to me, really, I cannot emphasize enough about planning. If you plan, you will implement, and then you really will be successful with this journey. Then you will not be eating out so much, because if you really don't know when you are coming home at 5 o'clock, oh, what is the plan for eating? You are tired, you are worn out, you're a busy day at the office. So planning your meals on Sunday morning is very critical. And I really love batch cooking. It's okay to eat same meals, sometimes, because you whatever you ate on Monday, you can eat on Thursday. And really, lentils and beans, it really stays good for 5 days. So you are all set for whole week. You can do the batch cooking for those things. Same thing with sprouts, stays for a long time too, 5 to 5 days at least, or 6 days, 5 to 6 days. So you can do batch cooking, you can plan your groceries on Sunday. I think taking lunch from home is very, very critical. I usually pack lunch at night because in the morning is always busy. So I think packing lunch at night is very, very critical. And really, you can repeat same food from dinner if you want to. Sometimes it's okay to really pack different lentils or from your dinners. So to me, packing lunch from home will save you money, will save your health. So I am a big fan of home cooking because I know what I'm putting in. I have a lot of control over my ingredients, over what I'm putting in. I don't want anybody else to cook because I have more control over my life and over my health. And I think you should take B12 weekly because we really don't get B12 enough in whole food plant-based diet food. Even if you are eating animal protein, still you don't get enough. So B12 is must to take weekly. Another thing, vitamin D is must. Michigan is so dark, so really not only that we don't get enough sun every day. And vitamin D 2000 units, just take it daily. You are going to feel better. You are not going to really feel down. So because we don't have sun every day. And whenever you see sunlight, try to sit in the sunlight if you can, if you have time, 30 minutes a day if you can, or you can buy the light, and you can sit nearby light in the winter. So we have a special light in our house, for the winter. So really, then you don't go down and you really feel good. So
Again, like Jashi said, grocery shopping has to be a planned event. You cannot just go to grocery shopping just because you ran out of one thing. So plan your grocery shopping, preferably on a weekend or your non-working day. Make a list so that way you don't go and overshop anything. Try to stay at the periphery, and that's where all the vegetables and fruits are. When you go to grocery shopping, as soon as you're done with your list, get out. Don't stop at any aisles. Aisles have pretty much center aisles, I should say. The center aisles have pretty much processed food, a lot of cookies and crackers and other things. You know, and when you are at the checkout counter, make sure you don't buy any of those cookies and candies at the checkout counter. Also, before you go grocery shopping, make sure you have eaten a meal before you grocery shopping. When we go to grocery store hungry, I've seen and I experienced myself, we always reach out for unhealthy groceries. So always have full stomach before you go grocery shopping. But plan your grocery shopping, hopefully on the weekend after your lunch or after your dinner. Batch cooking is also very important. All of us are busy. All of us have a lot of things, a lot of projects in our life. And batch cooking and then storing in them in a refrigerator, it becomes very handy, very easy. When you come back from work tired and at times stressed out, you can just open the refrigerator. The dinner is ready. Healthy dinner is ready. You can just eat it. So again, batch cooking is very important. We will have a separate video on batch cooking itself. So please wait for that. Also, taking lunch from home is very important. I take my lunch from home for last almost year or two now. I have a big lunch bag. Sometimes people look at me as if like I'm bringing a construction worker lunch because we have a cafeteria in our hospital, but I don't eat at the cafeteria anymore. I used to eat at cafeteria. I don't eat at the cafeteria. I actually, to be honest, I look like a construction worker taking his own or her own lunch at the highway or construction place, and I'm actually very proud of it. Also, take your B12 weekly because, like Jashi said, we don't get enough B12. Vegans are very, very deficient in B12. B12 is very, very important. Check the level if necessary, but I just take B12, 1,000 microgram every week. Also take vitamin D. We don't get enough vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important hormone. We all should have adequate vitamin D level. Ask your doctor to check vitamin D level and try to keep it at least 50 or above. Also, getting in the sunlight is very important. Sunlight obviously makes the vitamin D, but it also prevents the depression, elevates our mood, and it's just good thing to do. So I try to sit in the sunlight 15 to 30 minutes. I commute 1 hour, and my sun sun thing on my car, like the on the top of myself, that always is open with the glass. So I always get enough sun. So try to get enough sun in a day.
I think food and mood, journal daily. I think what we ate during the day, roughly you can write it down, and mood, because emotional eating, we all have emotional eating problem. When we are not happy, we eat. Sometimes we are happy, we eat. So really, just watch your mood and just try to write it down in your journal. And I think gratitude journal, we all forget how blessed we are. We forget to count our blessings every day. We woke up today. It's a big blessing. And really, always count your blessings and count your things, what good things you are having during the day in your life, because it's very easy to forget what went right. We always remember what went wrong. So we need to focus on positives basically. So gratitude journal really helps a million. I cannot emphasize enough about doing the gratitude journal in the morning, because your whole day will change pretty much, whole your outlook towards life will change right in the morning, and it will be a shift, and you will appreciate whole day better, and you will have a better day even really. Financial health, see, I think if you are really, financial freedom is very, very critical. According to me, I think every person should save at least, I would say 20% from their paycheck, from gross or even net, if it's possible. And it should go out to your savings or to your investment. I don't think you should see that money. And you should try to run your household in 80%. And if you cannot do 20%, do 10% at least. I urge you to save the money for rainy days so you have a less stress. Being frugal is very critical, because sometimes our wants are bigger than our needs, and always check. I learned from my daughter Saloni Shah. Always wait 24 hours whenever you are buying anything, and that urge goes away. I used to take my kids for grocery shopping or anywhere, when they were little. I used to give them little diary in the hand and pen. So sometimes they want everything, so they have to write it down, their wish list in the diary. And by the time really, after a couple of days, they forgot. So to me, I think sometimes we have to wait for our wants, and sometimes it goes away, really, we realize. So you should be a little bit frugal, try to save money, because you should have financial freedom. See, when we are financially well off, we have less stress. So definitely, I think it's very, very important. Sauna, if it's possible, if you are going to some health club right now, COVID-19 is going on. Nobody is going to health clubs. So sauna, if you have it, great. If you don't, it's okay. And time management, time never comes back. So we should not sweat small things. We should not waste our time. We should manage our time wisely. And really, time with family is very, very critical, because family kind of takes our stress away, and we enjoy it and we have fun. So definitely.
So again, like Jashi covered nicely, that the food and mood journal is very important. People who write food journal, they have very high chance of weight loss success. So start writing your food journal from tomorrow. Either write it in your phone. There are a lot of food journal apps also available, or or you can just write in a note function in your iPhone or note function in your Android phone, or just have a paper and a notebook, like $1 notebook, and keep that in your kitchen and just write as you eat and as you go. Best thing is to do it on a phone, because your phone is always available. Also, write down what mood you are in when you ate that food. For example, if you were stressed out and if you had unhealthy food, write down the stress level was high. Maybe on a scale of 0 to 10, you can say, I was 7 stressed and I ate a cookie. Next time stress was 0 and I ate broccoli. Then you will start to get into a pattern that whenever you are under stress, whenever you are emotionally upset, you are actually eating unhealthy food. So creating a food journal and a mood journal is very important. Also creating a gratitude journal. I write my gratitude every night. I'm thankful so many good things have happened in my life. When we have a gratitude towards our life, even in the most stressful, even in the most unfortunate situation, there's always something we can find which we can be thankful for. Just, just like us giving this live talk to you, you guys watching with us, being together, learning from each other, motivating each other itself is a big gratitude. So having a gratitude journal definitely will lower your stress, will make you happy. And again, happy people are always healthy, and happy people who are always lean. Also, have a strong financial health, because financial stress is one of the reasons a lot of people are eating very unhealthy food. Plus, if you have a good financial health, you can obviously invest into your health, including buying certain gadgets, which I was showing you earlier. So again, have a strong financial health. Definitely consider sauna. At our house, we have an infrared sauna, and we try to sit in there at least 2, 3 times a week. Infrared sauna increases your metabolic rate. It also increases certain hormones. It actually also can make you live long, prevent many of the heart disease. So consider sauna if it's possible. Also, time management is very important. A lot of people get stressed out because, quote unquote, there is not enough time in the day. But if you manage time wisely, you will always be more relaxed. You will always have time to cook. You will always have time to meditate. You will always have time to exercise. And all those things are very important for weight loss. So again, we are not showing you only what to eat, we are also showing you how to be successful, not just at weight loss, but successful at life. Because when you are successful at life, you have very high chance of being successful at health and very high chance of being successful at weight loss. So again, time management is very important. Also, spend time with the family. Relationships are very important. Spending time with the family is extremely critical. We spend our time together. When our kids were growing up, we always spend time together. Also, spending time with friends, spending time in the community, spending time at the church or temple or mosque or synagogue is also very important. So spend your time wisely and spend time with the family and community and friends.
So, I'm going to talk to you about instant pot, because sometimes people are intimidated. I'm going to tell you the story about how instant pot was born in my family anyway. So I really got introduced for the instant pot by my daughter-in-law Ellie 8 years back, because we always use a pressure cooker in India. Even growing up, I watched my mother doing pressure cooking. I did the same thing on the stove. It's really very dangerous, okay, because of it can explode. But we are so used to cooking with pressure cooker. So anyway, and she showed me in the computer, Ellie, anyway. And I said, oh, there are too many buttons. I just don't want to buy it. I'm happy with my pressure cooker on the stove, which I'm sure she thought it was dangerous, because whenever she came, I cook on my stove. And, and I had a really pressure cooker from India. And then the years pass. Then I went to my niece's house, and she had twins. She has twins anyway. So she was cooking in instant pot in no time for her children while we were sitting. And I was telling her, how can you cook so fast while we are sitting over here? So, and she was spending a lot of time with us. So she showed me the instant pot, but I did not buy it that time either, because I thought it was too complicated. It's too many buttons, and I'm happy with my things. So then the Amazon sale came, the Prime, and my niece called me. Her name is Roshni anyway. And then she said, oh, the instant pot is on sale. Do you want to buy it? So I bought the instant pot. You will not believe, the instant pot was sitting for 2 months on my counter. I did not even open the box, because I said, oh, it's too complicated. I'm happy with my stove thing, the pressure cooker. Anyway, so then my kitchen went through remodeling 3 years back. So my kitchen was broken completely, and I was going to go shopping to Walmart to get the little stove to cook. And one of our family member had a heart attack, and really I did not go shopping. I opened my instant pot, I think that evening, and I started cooking. And my remodeling took 6 months. So really, I started cooking first time in instant pot when my kitchen was broken. And within that 6 months, I became an instant pot pro. because I created so many recipes in Instant Pot, which I even did not ever use the Instant Pot. And I loved it from first day on. Within a week, I was even telling so many people to buy Instant Pot. It was so good. Even I bought second Instant Pot to cook for my two families, so for whole meal. And I loved it. And all my 6 months, I did not have a stove. And I was telling myself, why am I building kitchen even? Because I'm surviving by Instant Pot. So really for me, Instant Pot is a really a critical thing. I love my Instant Pot. I started my day that 6 months with Instant Pot, making my Indian tea, boiling my Indian tea in Instant Pot. I ended my day with Instant Pot. I started my day with Instant Pot. So really, if I had to grab one instrument from my house for traveling or to go anywhere, I would definitely really take Instant Pot. If I have to choose one gadget from my house, I love my Instant Pot. I create so many recipes, and I will try to post more recipes for you from Instant Pot. And there are really three kinds of, I think there are so many different kind of Instant Pot. I have Instant Pot Dio. There is 3 quarts, 6 quart, and 8 quarts. I love 8 quarts, but I have all three because I use my Instant Pot so much and I cook a lot. So I love all my Instant Pots. I love my gadgets. I use all my gadgets very much. And really, I was looking for the prices for you guys. So I look at the different stores, but Amazon had the best price. 3 quart was 59.99, 6 quart was 79.99, 8 quart was 99.99, and there was an Instant Pot Dio Plus. It is a new version. I have old ones, which is 119. But you can wait for Prime sale on Amazon, or you can wait for Black Friday. Usually, I do a lot of shopping on the Black Friday because everything is goes on sale. But you will use Instant Pot so much. I cook all my beans and all my lentils in Instant Pot. You can put for 20 minutes on high manual. Most of the beans you can cook on that. I use a saute button a lot. It's like a one-step cooking. You really can saute and then you can add everything and you can just really turn it on. So I really enjoy my Instant Pot because of it stays warm for hours. So I can literally cook and leave and can come back and eat it. So to me, Instant Pot is very useful. I think it takes no time to cook. It's a hands-off cooking because when I was using my pressure cooker, I had to watch out it doesn't explode. Over here, I can literally leave alone. I can put my food and I can go work out or I can do whatever I want to do. So when you're coming home from work after a hard day, if you really can put in Instant Pot everything, you are pretty much done. I think it takes, you can make your dinner in 30 minutes, really, basically. So I love my Instant Pot. I would urge you to get one and try one. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in comment section and I'll try to answer. So yeah.
I think very important if you want to lose weight, get Instapot, because it's very healthy cooking, very quick cooking, very safe cooking, very cost-effective cooking. And there are a lot of options in Instapot. Get a small one, get a medium one, whatever size fits your family, but try to get Instapot. I think that to me is the number one purchase I want you to do if you want to lose weight. Second purchase would be a simple air fryer or an air fryer, which we have, which is slightly expensive. And a third purchase would be Vitamix if you can afford. Definitely have a blender, which could be anywhere from $30 to $40 blender to make green smoothies if you are on the run. So again, all those three things are very important.
I think you can take a weekly picture of yourself so you can really kind of monitor your progress, how you are looking. I think when you see your progress, you are going to be more motivated. Whenever we see result, I think we are more motivated, right? And you are going to track daily weight. He already told you. I think you can join private Facebook group. Uh, You can watch some documentaries. So we recommend Fork Over Knives. And really, I think other documentaries, there are a lot of documentaries. You can watch some health movies. That's what we do sometimes. And really, you don't have to use regular plate. Sometimes I use appetizer plates, 6-inch plates to serve. So we just eat less automatically, and that helps really.
Again, I think it's important that we have some way of tracking how we are doing. Getting on a scale is easy way in the morning. Measuring your waist every week is easy way. Also, taking a weekly picture with minimum clothes, obviously. So that way you can see your love handles, you can see your, you can see your body, you can see how your face is looking, how your neck is looking, and you will start to see as you lose weight that you're getting into more leanness, more shape, your muscles starting to get more defined, and those pictures become a running journal for yourself. Plus, those pictures are very, very big boost in dopamine when you see yourself getting healthier in your own pictures. That's so much fun. Let me tell you, very much fun. Plus, you can share these pictures with your family, with your kids, with your parents, even with your doctor. So I think very important you take a weekly picture. Also track your daily weight. I keep emphasizing that make sure you track your weight and write it down. Also, we have a private Facebook group which is called Weight Loss on our Facebook page, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Join that private group. I periodically post in that group. Also, watch this one documentary tomorrow if you can, and it's a Fork Over Knives. I think it's on Netflix. Fork Over Knives. Definitely watch that documentary. Also, consider having smaller plates in your house because when we have large plates like restaurants, we always eat more food. So have smaller plates in your house. So these are sort of simple things.
Um, okay, you can walk after your meals. If you walk like 20 to 30 minutes, it helps really, or because then your sugar doesn't go high, your insulin level doesn't go high. You can join the yoga with Saba, she's on our page, or you can watch YouTube videos on yoga and do yoga. Always stay positive because staying positive helps with this journey. I think being positive in all situations is very critical, whatever you are going through. Staying positive really helps with the weight loss, helps with our attitude, and being optimistic in all situations. Sometimes when you don't see light in the tunnel, still start looking at the positives. You can count a few of your blessings and become optimistic, so stay optimistic and positive, and really have a worry journal because most of the worries don't happen. I think if you write it down in your worry journal and you look back, oh, this did not even happen to me. So I think worry journal helps to look back. And when you write it down, it helps to soothe yourself too.
Walking after a meal is one of the important thing I learned from Dr. John Kelly. He has a rule that after each meal, try to walk 15 to 30 minutes. That prevents the sugar spike, prevents the insulin spikes, and definitely helps you to lose weight. Definitely you can do with your dinner meal. I have made a personal habit and a commitment that after dinner, after I come home from work, after dinner, I actually walk 1 to 2 hours. So after each dinner, every night, I walk 1 to 2 hours. Also consider joining yoga. Yoga is one of the very stress reliever, obviously very great physical exercise, a lot of flexibility, a lot of strength training. And we have Sabah. She is actually on our Facebook page. She has one of the great program, not very costly program. So try to join Sabah. And obviously you can always do yoga from YouTube videos, which will be free and at no cost to you. Be always positive about day-to-day fluctuations in your weight, positive about some mishaps in your diet, some mishaps in your exercise or sleep, some slip in your diet. Don't worry about it. We are like I said, we are in the marathon of weight loss, not in a sprint of weight loss. So Be always positive. Be always optimistic. Start with the optimism that you will be losing weight. Start and have that confidence and be always optimistic. Like Jashi said, also start writing a worry journal, because many of us eat actually a lot of unhealthy food when we are worried about something. If you have worry journal, then you will start to see a pattern that whatever you were worried 2 weeks ago, a month ago, never happened. Let me tell you, in my life, 99.99, that means 999 out of 1,000 things I was worried about has not happened. So always write a worry journal. I have a separate video on happiness. It's a long video, but if you are having any concern about your mood, about your happiness, about any stress in your life, watch the 3-hour video on happiness. It's on our YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah.
Drink 1 glass of water 1 hour before each meal. I think that will keep you full. Floss brush at 6 p.m. and not eating after that. So really, basically, you are stopping eating at 6. If you are going to bed at 9, so it's really there's a 3 hours gap. So really, that helps to lose the weight. Uh, then you really like you can really what you truly enjoy, like whatever you enjoy. So whatever you enjoy, like you can do 5 things, whatever makes you happy. So that will really kind of you it will make you happy and healthy. I think we recommend the book to read it to live, and I think you can do the.
So again, I think drinking a glass of water before each meal is called preloading, very important. That will make you eat less calories during your main meal. Also, you can preload with salads or the fruit like an apple. Also, make a habit of flossing and brushing your teeth right after dinner. So that way you will not be going for that evening late night snacks and ice creams, because your mouth will be fresh and you don't want to go to bed eating those unhealthy foods. So try to make a habit of doing that maybe around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. Also, to increase your dopamine, which is the feel good hormone, try to do things which you enjoy, which are healthy. Make a list of it. For example, if you enjoy walking in nature, if you enjoy calling up your parents, if you enjoy calling up your friend, if you enjoy calling up your kids, do any list of activities which are healthy, which doesn't cost that much and makes you feel good. And try to do those things, 3 to 5 things every day, and increase your dopamine by doing that instead of eating unhealthy food and increasing your dopamine. I very highly recommend a book called It to Live by Joe Furman. I have given that book to many of my patients, at least I would say 500 patients. I have recommended that book on my Facebook page for the last 3 years. I highly recommend all of you to get that book, It to Live. Also consider buying books from Chef AJ. Also, I want you to have some role models in life. So I want you to start collecting pictures. Obviously, you can do it on your phone. Just Google a person you want to look like, a lean person, a healthy person. And I'm not asking to copycat people, but at the same time, having some kind of a frame, some kind of a picture in front of you to see how you want to look like will motivate you. I do that myself. I have on my phone pictures of various people, my age, obviously, and I want to look like them because they look very healthy. I read about them. I see what they eat. I read what they eat. I read what they exercise. I read what they sleep. I try to have role models for health and also for weight loss.
Uh,
So again, let me continue now. Also consider finding your lean pictures of yourself from your high school maybe, or wherever you were the leanest in your life, and find those pictures and look at those pictures, and you will get. I can assure you, I can guarantee you, you will get a great, good feeling that you can be that lean person again. Obviously, sometimes we don't have those pictures. That's okay, but find your lean pictures. Plus, very important thing, I know we covered almost 2.5 hours tonight, but keep things simple. Keep things very simple. Listen to what we have shown you. Watch our YouTube. This will be on YouTube, so watch it once or twice or 2, 3 times, but keep it simple. When you start cooking healthy food, Keep the same recipes. Whatever you enjoy, whatever taste you have developed, keep the same recipes. Just start replacing unhealthy food, animal products with a whole food, plant-based, no oil. For example, if you are putting a chicken in your dish, remove the chicken and start putting tofu. If you're putting paneer, which is an Indian dish, which is a dairy-based product, start putting tofu instead of paneer. So just keep the same recipe, just put the healthy substitute in your recipe. Also use lemon water as dressings. Many times on my salads, I put just lemon water and that's all I need. I don't need any unhealthy high calorie dressing. Also consider buying all the flavors of vinegar. Chef AJ has a whole video on it. She also recommends a company in California. So consider buying those different type of vinegars. This is an air fryer, which we'll cover a different day. But again, I highly recommend to have air fryer. Air fryer actually will make a lot of healthy dish, including sweet potato, including potatoes. You can actually make best potato fries without oil, without salt, and they will be tasting as good as the French fries at McDonald's. Also, get your labs done, blood work done to see how you are progressing. I think it's good to see how your cholesterol is coming down, how your diabetes is coming down, which is the A1C, how your liver enzymes are coming down if you have fatty liver, how your inflammation is getting better. So again, ask your doctor to get labs done when you start your weight loss journey. Also have family meals. Eating with the family is very important. That's where a lot of socialization happens. That's where a lot of relationship develops and builds. So have meals with the have meals with the family. Also teach your kids very early this healthy eating thing. If your kids are part of this movement, part of this progress, you actually will have a higher chance of success. Like I covered many times, avoid and prevent all breakfast cereals. Eat only when you are hungry. There is no reason to eat just because it's noon or it's a 7 p.m. If you are not hungry, just don't eat. Invite your friends to join our Facebook group and also invite your friends to join our private group on weight loss. Also watch our YouTube videos. We have about 250 YouTube videos. Also share our videos. Also have healthy social activities. Pick up a phone and call a friend, call your parents, call your kids, call anybody who you enjoy. Instead of sitting and eating, just go for a walk with your cell phone and talk and walk. That will prevent a lot of unhealthy binge eating. Text your friends and wait for the text to come back. Zoom call, Zoom has become a major benefit during this COVID-19. So definitely do a lot of Zoom calls. Ask questions to me, ask questions to Jayshree, ask questions to our Facebook page, private messages, whatever you want, just ask questions. I know a lot of people have asked questions today, and I'm glad we answer all of them. We will be doing this similar talk 3 times a week. So every time you have, join us again and again, and ask as many questions as you want. As you have more questions, keep writing them down on your phone. And as we come live next time, ask those questions. When you eat salad with fruits, this is something Jayshree has taught me, that when I eat my salad with small cut fruits, I don't need dressing. It makes a greatly sweet salad, and I absolutely love it. Also, never have bagel. Many people don't realize bagel has a 400 to 500 calories, one of the most calorie dense food. Lot of saturated fat, lot of oil, lot of butter. Avoid bagel. Same thing with donuts. Don't have donuts if you are in business of losing weight. Definitely no cheese. Cheese is again very calorie dense food. Lot of salt, lot of saturated fat. Remove all fat from the house. That means all nuts, all seeds, all oil, all avocado, all cheese, all dairy, all cookies, anything with the oil, including tortilla. Fat has to go if you want to lose weight. I know there are a lot of people are on this keto diet, which is a low carb, high fat diet. Let me tell you, keto diet is not going to stay too long here. We used to have Atkins diet, which was somewhat similar to keto diet. Atkins diet is gone. Nobody's following Atkins diet. So I know it's a surprise to many of you who are trying to lose weight. I see so many patients, I see so many people, so many friends who are on keto diet. Keto diet may give you temporary weight loss, but it will bring a lot of complications, including increasing your cholesterol, including many long-term issues. And most people who do keto diet actually gain most weight back. Plus, keto diet is long-term not sustainable. It's very hard to eat low-carb food. Carb is the most abundant thing in the world, most abundant thing in the nature. People in blue zones where people live 100, people live long, people live healthy, they eat 70%, 80% carb in their diet. Keto diet allows only 5 to 10% of carb. Let me tell you, keto diet is not good. Keto diet is not sustainable. And same thing applies to paleo diet. Avoid both keto and paleo diet. Just go for the whole food plant-based diet. Also, next thing is very important that you take care of yourself. Self-care is very important. Put yourself as a number one priority. You put your health as number one priority. If you do that, you will automatically will become more organized and more managing your health better, more managing your meals better. Uh, Let me also tell you one important thing. Moderation does not work. People said that I will have a moderate amount of fat, moderate amount of alcohol. It doesn't work. Moderation is not going to help you. 100% compliance and abstinence is must if you are wanting to lose weight very seriously. Like I said earlier, have family on board. Discuss your family needs to get healthy. Also, when you go grocery shopping, definitely do not go to grocery shopping with a hungry stomach. Also, know your dirty dozen. There are certain foods which we recommend to buy organic, certain plant-based food to buy organic. You can just Google dirty dozen plant-based food and you will get a list of 12 which you should be always buying organic. Also, there's a list of clean 15 plant-based food which you don't need to buy organic. Obviously, organic food at times costs a little more money, but let me tell you, when it comes down to health, that's an investment. Also, consider joining Ultimate Weight Loss with Chef AJ. She has a great program. I know it's a money you have to pay, but I think it's worth it if you can afford it. I highly recommend joining Ultimate Weight Loss with Chef AJ. Also, there is a program at the True North Health Center in California where they help you to do water only fasting 1 to 3 weeks. If you can afford it, consider doing that also. Also, measure your body fat percent. Like I said, I explained you earlier, that gives you a better idea whether you're losing weight, because I don't want you to lose muscle as you lose weight. I want you to lose fat, not the muscle. Uh, Definitely check certain labs, particularly thyroid labs, because if your thyroid is low, you will not be able to lose weight. Do certain vitamin D levels, vitamin B12 level. Also, importance of sprouted food. We'll be talking more about sprouted food as we go, but sprouted food should be a staple in our diet. Microwaving food is very safe, so don't worry about if you have to buy a ready-made brown rice, a great grain brown rice. Just microwave it and just have it with a vegetable. And like I said, again, keep it very simple. uh, you don't need to spend money for books if you don't want to. Obviously, if you read yourself, there's always more fun, more learning. I will be reading all the books. Jayshree will be reading all the books, and we will give you summary of all the books you need to know. I have read about 300 books in last 2, 3 years on health, and I have taken notes from every book. I can talk about every book because I've taken notes and I refer the notes again and again. So again, you can watch our programs, you can watch our YouTube videos. There are 250 YouTube videos on our Healthy Living with Dr. Shah channel. You don't need to spend money for books, you don't need to read. Obviously, if you enjoy reading, read yourself. Also, you don't need to watch hours and hours of YouTube videos and documentaries. I watch it for you. I watch every day 1 to 2 hours of YouTube videos and documentaries, take notes, and bring that information to you. If you enjoy reading, consider buying Chef AJ's books. I highly recommend that. Also, let me tell you a good news. As you start eating healthy, your taste bud will start to change in 2 to 3 weeks, and you will absolutely love the new healthy food. You will actually start to feel, why did I not do this thing weeks and months ago? Healthy food tastes actually better than unhealthy food. Like I already covered, no keto or paleo diet, no ghee, which is a very, very common thing in Indian food. And definitely a lot of people ask me about coconut oil. Let me tell you, if you want to lose weight, no coconut oil. Coconut oil has a lot of calories, 4,000 calories per pound, a lot of saturated fat. Stay away from coconut oil. First few weeks as you start this health journey, you may not feel good. You may feel like, why did I even start that? But let me tell you, in a way, you are detoxing your body, and in 2 3 weeks you will feel like a new person. You will feel like $1 million person. So first few weeks, just tough it out, continue eating healthy, what we taught you tonight. um, you can start actually this program from tomorrow. You can just make 100% switch from tomorrow, or you can make a gradual change. I did overnight switch. Maybe some of you cannot do that. Some of you can do and make a gradual change, and that's okay. Do whatever works for you. Also, I want you to learn about this advanced and glycation products. Those products are made when we eat unhealthy sugar and amino acids or the protein, and those products are not very healthy. I will have a separate video on that advanced and glycation products. Also, I want you to watch tomorrow or within next 2 or 3 days an important video, and that video is on YouTube, and that's a Chef AJ fork over nice calorie density video. I want you to watch this video in next 2 or 3 days. Again, Chef AJ fork over nice calorie density video. That video is extremely important to watch. I watched it multiple times. Very, very important video. Let me also tell you, obesity, also I've covered it before, can cause a lot of cancers. Breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer. If you want to prevent cancer, definitely lose weight and become lean person. Processed meat is a class 1 carcinogen. It should be avoided by all means. Animal products also can cause a lot of cancer. It should be avoided by all means. So again, we covered a lot of different topics tonight. We covered almost 2.5 hours. This video will be on YouTube. It'll be in YouTube soon. So watch it on YouTube. Share with your friends and family. If you like our tonight's presentation, please go and share with your friends and your family on your Facebook page. We'll be doing this thing 3 times a week. We'll be bringing a lot of new information. We'll be adding it every time we do it. We are we are all together. We are going to help you. We're going to motivate you. We actually are going to learn from each other. So have your own questions ready. Read and watch YouTube video as you have time, and add to this discussion, and let's do it together. Thank you, and I'll have Jashi to say a few things to end.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the love and support. And if you have any questions, please, comment on our page, and we will try to answer back. And we will see you next time. Thank you.
Again, thank you. Have a great evening. Thank you.